All right. Hello, everyone. Hello, Unlimited Wisdom family. I love and appreciate you. So, do a quick shout out for Jane, Faith, Deborah, Shelly, Melody, Mary, Eric, Sandy, Lisa Marie, Charles, Bill Shoemaker, Mike, and of course, hostess with the mostest, CJ, Craig Jackman. So we got Mike and Angela that just jumped on here. I hope they heard me. Every once in a while, you guys jump on early. I ask if you have a topic that you would love to have me cover, and Deborah Bronner came out and said, "Today, let's talk about gratitude." I love this subject. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm very grateful that we're covering that. Okay. Hi, Dustin. So the whole key about gratitude is I don't know if you guys have ever heard this phrase, but it's flat out true. That you can't have fear and faith at the same time. You can't have sadness and anger and then have joy and happiness at the same time. Our mind is very, very unique that it focuses on one thing at a time, right? So when you think about focusing on one thing at a time, hi Matt, thanks for jumping on here. Is whenever you're getting your mind into a place where you're not happy, you're upset. Maybe you're nervous. You're scared. You got that word called anxiety. You got all this overthinking going on. The number one way to get rid of it is by being grateful. If you think about all the stuff, it was so funny because Teri recently, I was so proud of her yesterday because I think we brought in like three or four people, and one day, and I was just so proud of Teri because Teri, is her and her sister don't get along super good, but her sister's got MS. So Teri put everything aside and took product and drove over there and talked to her. And not only did she become a customer, but she also did subscription. So, how many people got those people in their life that you're going like, I'm not going there. And I think that she was a little motivated. Her thing is that she wants to be around Ezra more. Hi, Coach Bob. Thanks for getting on here. Matt probably got Ezra and Hannah hanging around there somewhere. But whenever you're in a situation where you need to get yourself in a right place, a good energy, a good vibration, is you got to focus on gratitude. You just really, really do. And one of the things I'll give you guys a neat example is it just seemed like it was a blink of an eye. Let's talk about sometime in October, right? Or a little before that, is all of a sudden, hi, Serena, that all of a sudden, I don't know if I said hi to Jim, if I didn't, but all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, I started hearing rumblings from, corporate Joss Wagel that they're thinking about separating Akashics away from MDC. Now, as soon as you started hearing stuff like that, it's easy to focus on, oh my God, why are they changing stuff? Why this? Why that? Why did this have to happen? Why does that have to happen? And then in a blink of an eye, that happens in the beginning of November. And then in the beginning of November, I'm asked to fly out to Ann Arbor, Michigan, to Josh's place. And I get to meet a new guy named Mike that's the president of this company called Immunitech. So now I'm one of the top earners in a company, but I'm at the owner's house getting pitched on another company. How many of you are going like, what? And in the midst of that, it's like, what's going to happen with my organization? What's going to happen to my income? What's going to happen to all of this stuff? And then after we find out that the decision is made, Um, the company's not in Poland. The company's not in Nigeria. The company's not in the UK. So I have a lot of people in my organization that can't even go to the company. So even if we're switching to this company, my whole group can't go with me. So how many of you guys know that Joshua Daramella and Mosh and I got all these incredible people that are in Akashics and they're still in Akashics, just like Arthur Wainyo. And so in a blink of an eye, I realized that I'm in three companies when I usually focus on one company. And you don't know where the income's coming. You don't know how much it's going to be. And so you guys have been close enough with me. Where a month ago, some of you seen me. It's still in the daily wisdoms where I personally had a little bit of a meltdown. You know what I mean? And it's like, wow. I called it the Tasmanian devil. You know what I mean? It was like once I got one bad thought, then I got another bad thought, and then another bad thought, and it just started taking me over. Now, not at that time was I focused on anything that had to do with gratitude. But the very next couple of days after talking to everyone, including you guys, then all of a sudden I focus on it. And I was telling Teri this morning, I was just going like, wow, we just had an incredible call yesterday, right? There's this new VIP fly-in. They're taking care of all my expenses, want me to be, one of the trainers on 6/7, February 6/7. Some of you are going like, oh my God, I'm not grateful for that, Um, when Matt was young, he's on here and he can remember getting me on this. There was all these people, and I don't even know where it came from. Maybe Matt can say, but he would just out of nowhere look at me and go, Matt Damon. And I'm like, can you shut the F up? Matt Damon. So I'm sure that's what 6/7 is a way for young people to irritate older people. They don't really have to. It doesn't really have to mean anything. Matt says, Team America, World Peace, World Police." Okay, so my whole thing is I was telling my wife this morning this story, right? And even though I didn't know what the subject was, I'm going like, we broke a record to Executive Diamond. Uh, Things are really going great. Uh, Even though things are uncertain, it's like if you focus on gratitude. And so me and Matt had a great Zoom. I don't know, remember if it was yesterday or the day before. It was just a video conference, not a Zoom. But I shared with him right away that I'm going, listen, I've had two people that are really, really close to me. Phil and Deanna Stevenson were, I think, 50Ks in MDC. They're just rock stars. And they're entrepreneurs. They made a lot of money with Herbalife. And I brought them into MDC. And Phil and Deanna own CrossFit gyms. I don't know if some of you remember them. They're just amazing. And so I had lost contact with them. So I decided to reach out to them. And Phil had a massive heart attack. They had to put him in a coma to try to get him stabilized until they could get him stabilized enough to do a quadruple bypass. This is one of the healthiest people I know. He teaches people CrossFit. It's like, what? And then for some of you seeing me post not too long ago, Marco, and Marco is just he does all the AV and all kinds of stuff for all these different network marketing companies, including Associations of Network Marketing Professional. He was the one when me and Eric and I believe Lisa Marie and a few of us were all in Dallas. You know what I mean? Marco was running that whole deal. And so Marco out of nowhere has a stroke. And all of a sudden he's in the hospital. And the reason that I talk about gratefulness is sometimes we focus so much on what we think is important that we don't take the time to go. I just said to Matthew, there's a lot of crazy stuff that is up in the air, and but man, I'm not in a hospital, or worse yet, be in a hospital and not even know I was in there because I was in an induced coma or a stroke and not be able to be there for my family. And so Matt, immediately was going, yeah, I got Ezra and I got, Hannah and I got you guys, and you guys love us and we support each other. And it's like, man, it's so easy to, um, it's so easy to get just singly focused on saying, oh my God, my life is so awful. And so one of the things that I say to everyone is, of course, if you really really see this throughout all history, people writing things about success is virtually in every single success book where you just got to count your blessings. You really got to take the time to write out. Some people say write them every morning when you get up. Some people say write them before you go to sleep. But really just take the time to write things that you're grateful for. And me personally, that's part of my prayer life. Part of my prayer life is, most of the prayers that I do is just thanking God for everything that I have, every experience I've ever had. You sit there and you think about how wonderful things are, and you know that you're not living in another country with all by yourself, I mean, with no housing, no food, no nothing. So it always brings you down. So I think, Deborah, this is such a great, great, great topic that for those of you that in 2026, there's another phrase that I know works very, very well is, whether you believe in things like Abraham Hicks, where you believe in the universe and all of that, or you put it more connected to God. It's all about the universe, and God won't give you more if you're not grateful for what you already have. So me and Teri even can catch each other, and we were like, we're just going like, we got to stop complaining about everything. We're all human beings. Do any of you catch yourself where you're like complaining about everything? It's like, including the drivers that are in front of you.
Don't make me slow down. I mean, pull in front of me, but don't make me tap on my brakes because it's over.
But yeah, I've been so proud of Teri recently, and I know if Charles is still here, Charles, thank you very much. He was one of those. How many of you guys have had people say, you know what? I'm going to have to wait till Friday when I get paid, or I'm going to have to wait till next year. You know what I mean? And next month that I'll get started. Well, congratulations to Charles jumping in. But, he's one of those people that when he did get the money, he did come in. You know what I mean? And I know that we don't have Esther on here yet. You guys seen me welcome her. And then also you was David. Dave. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to make fun of anyone here, but I think a lot of you, if you looked at Dave Thomas and looked and seen if he was on your friends list, I bet you he is. He's one of those people that, when he got connected with us, he's probably friends with every one of you guys and you don't realize it. And it's like, so, he reached out to Teri and he got started with us last night. And then the other one was your sister.
Well, I reached out to him first, but
You reached out to Dave first. Yeah. But my point being is that he's friends with probably a lot of people here and they could have reached out to him. You know what I mean? So, so
reached out to a girl that was in MDC and she got out of, she quit MDC and then she was just doing like digital marketing and stuff. And her and her husband have a restaurant, I believe in Canada. So I thought, great. I said, would you be open to a new company? And she's like, always open. So I sent her the stuff, didn't hear anything, reached out to her today. And she's like, I can't start another MLM. I'm so busy with my restaurant. I can't even sleep. I said, well, I'm here whenever you have time and stuff like that. So, so
yeah, I know one thing without getting you guys fear of missing out, FOMO. if you if you click on my profile on Facebook or Teri's profile and then you click on mutual friends, you better reach out to them because Teri and I have a six-figure monthly income we got to replace. And we're going to be serious about this. And a part of getting you in the right attitude is, again, being grateful. So I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for jumping on here. Again, if you guys jump on early, if I don't have a topic, I'll ask you for a topic. And if some of you are like, well, I don't know if I'd want to say anything on the Zoom, reach out to me. Send me a message. You can either do it through Unlimited Wisdom Chat, but if you guys got a subject that you think that would really help you, I'm here for you. So we do this for you guys. So I love and appreciate you, and have a great day. And Craig's got some announcements to make. So we'll let him do that, and then we'll sign off for the day.
Wow, thank you so much, Robert. What a great message. And Deb, thank you so much for the suggestion. This is a great way to start the new year with gratitude. I mean, today is the end of the first, if you're going to go by days 1 through 7, it's the end of the first full week based on, a week being 7 days. So now, starting tomorrow, the second week, you get where I'm going with that. Let's do this. So, just to give you an idea of what's coming up here in Unlimited Wisdom, a lot of great activities every single day here in Unlimited Wisdom. We got something going on. So, obviously, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, just like today, Daily Wisdom, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. Put these on your calendar. Of course, we do have the calendar also as part of Unlimited Wisdom. Always check that out. Tomorrow, Thursday, Breakthroughs. Now, Breakthroughs is a premium. So please join us with that premium, because we get to go in deeper and help you get to the next level. More personal in detail, more personal interaction with you. So that's noon Pacific, 3 Eastern on Thursdays. Saturdays, another premium. Ask Us Anything. Really good. Again, we open the door to anybody who's joining us on that call, and they can ask us, the community, anything that we want. That's noon Pacific, 3 Eastern on Saturday. It's part of our premium package. I should mention also Friday, part of the premium package. Imagination Hour with Matt Hollis. Oh my God, you want to learn AI, you want to learn how to imagine, you want to build that stuff. He's got the goods to share with us. Join us for that. That's a premium also. Sunday, Master's Mind, that's free. Noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. And then Monday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. Recess! Kind of an open forum for a lot of things. We just talk. It is just talk. And if you want, I would really recommend watching the last recess. It's in the classrooms under replays. And oh my God, what a fun recess that was. You got to be here. You got to join us. We got something every single day for you. So thank you all very much for joining us. There's a couple of things in the in the meeting chat. Click the 3 dots in the meeting chat, and that will click Save Chat. It'll download to your computer as we wrap up. Thank you so much for joining us here on Daily Wisdom. We look forward to seeing you next time. And Robert, bless you. Thank you so very much. Everyone, have a fantabulous hump day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.